Hey guys, it's Erin. I'm a homeschooling mom of 4 kids, and I have been homeschooling for 5 years. We're gearing up to start our 6th year of homeschool, and today I'm going to be sharing with you how we plan our homeschool routine and what our daily life looks like as a homeschooling family of 6. When I first started homeschooling, I chose a curriculum that had everything lined out for me. It had all the subjects included, had all the boxes that I had to check to make sure that I wouldn't miss anything. And that was really great for the first year. Over the years, we've kind of evolved from more of a traditional approach where we had workbooks and textbooks for all of the different subjects for all of the kids on all of their own levels. That got really overwhelming for us.
Together, kids.
We have over the years evolved into a little bit more of a Charlotte Mason / Unschool / unit study approach in our homeschool, which is why we call ourselves Eclectic homeschoolers. We choose the bits and pieces out of each of those styles that we like the best and that seem to work the best for us. And that has been really uplifting and empowering and freeing for us in our homeschool. When we look at our day-to-day life, instead of planning a schedule where we have to do certain subjects at certain times every day and plan out our specific breaks and all of those things, I like to still kind of plan how our day's gonna go, but instead of calling it a schedule, it's more of a routine where I will try to block out times of the day when we're gonna be doing school. And then kind of most of the subjects that we'll be doing within those time blocks will be listed out just based on what I know we're gonna be able to accomplish with the other things that we have that are gonna happen in our lives, as well as planning lots of free time so that the kids have time to go get their wiggles out and to go have fun and do something that they want to do before we come back in and focus in for a short period of time on actually doing lesson work. If you try to block out every minute of every day, you're setting yourself up for failure. It's much easier, in my opinion, to just block out times when you know you want to try to focus on school so that you can be dedicated to that and not distracted with chores around the house or different things that you feel like you need to do. So I'm going to give you a little rundown of just kind of what our daily routine looks like, kind of the loose calendar that I have just as an idea of how we want to try to accomplish things based on what we've got going on in our family and the different things that we are trying to teach. This schedule is basically a guideline for how I want our day to go, and it's bound to change. Don't feel overwhelmed if you're not doing all of these things, or if you come up with a plan of your own and then things don't always happen. That's okay. You make modifications and you just change in and morph into what's gonna work for your family. Don't put too much pressure and stress on yourself to have so many things lined out and all your ducks in a row and all of those things. Be flexible and let the Lord just work through your day, work through your homeschool, work through your kids, work through your heart until you can kind of settle into a routine that works for you. So in our homeschool, our day starts off, for me, I set my alarm at 6 o'clock. I often hit my snooze once or twice. And then by the time I roll out of bed, I have at least an hour, if not an hour and a half of time to myself where I can get my Bible study in and have some reading time or work on my own personal development. So in our family, our kids are not allowed to come downstairs until 7:30 in the morning, which is amazing. It gives me some time to focus myself and center myself before the kids get up and the chaos ensues. Because that's what happens when you have 4 busy kids in one house doing life together. So around 7:30 to 8 o'clock, somewhere in there, our kids wake up and they roll out of bed and come downstairs, and we have breakfast, and then our kids do their morning chores. So for them, that's things like brushing their teeth and getting dressed, and they do dishes and clear the table, and then they have some free time to go read or to run around outside or to play Legos or do whatever they want until it's time for us to gather together and start our school day off. I recently learned about these studies that are showing how when you exercise, it really primes your brain to be able to learn better, especially when you are learning or working on things that are more difficult for you to learn. If you do that right after you exercise, your brain is like kicked into high gear and ready to learn and make these new connections. And so we're gonna try something different this year. We're gonna start around 9 o'clock. We're gonna do some form of exercise, riding bikes or doing squats and push-ups and sit-ups and those kind of things. Now that their brains are primed and ready to learn, we're gonna do the hardest subject for them, which for most of my kids is math. And so 2 of them will start out doing their math while the third one works on their handwriting and their copy work or dictation for the day. And then we'll kind of rotate through. Then they'll have some free time to just kind of go do whatever they want until snack time. For us, 10 o'clock is snack time, and my kids will tell you that it is snack time. And so at 10, while they have their morning snack, we will work through our morning basket. In our morning basket, we will have our Bible reading that the kids will take turns reading different sections of the scripture that we're going to be working through. We'll go over our family memory verse. And then also in our morning basket, we'll have some picture books that we'll be able to read through that'll be able to involve our 3-year-old with our family. And I'm going to be picking out books that will go along with the seasons that we're in, but also going along with the character traits that I really want to be instilling in our kids this year. As well as we will learn about missionaries or famous people or influential people will also be part of our morning basket to learn their stories and get encouraged and inspired by people that have gone before and done amazing things in this world. We want to fill their minds with those ideas and that inspiration to go and follow their dreams and to follow wherever the Lord may be leading them to impact this world for Christ. After we get through with our morning basket, we will then dive into our unit study. So whatever we are studying that period, I talk about it a little bit more in planning our homeschool year video that I recently posted. So check that video out if you want to know how we do our unit studies. Our units are really based on living books that make all of these things just come alive to them. And so while we do our reading time through those books, I always try to find a coloring book that has pictures that go along with whatever we're studying. And then we have some great time of discussion after we do our reading so that they can recite back to me what they've just learned about. For most of these things, I can just plan one thing that we do all together. And then each of my kids will sometimes have separate writing projects or different things that they'll do based on their own level around like the unit study that we're working on. And then after we get our unit study done, generally speaking, then they've got free time until lunch.
Oh, this is swell.
So for us at about 11:30 is generally lunchtime, and so we'll eat lunch and then the kids have time until about 12:30-ish to go play. I personally, if they are outside playing and having a great time, then I am more likely to just let them continue playing because I feel like it's so important for them to have that freedom. There are so many things that they learn just by playing that we can't teach them during school. And it's more important for them to be developing those sibling relationships, having fun time together, building memories, and learning about the world around them and how their bodies work when they climb on things and jump on things and ride their bikes and all of those things. I found that it works much better, and our kids have much better focus and attention when they get consistent breaks throughout the day. When they burn a lot of that energy too, they're going to come back refocused and be able to hone in on what they need to do for the day. Then after lunch from about 12:30 to 3, we will be working on our station time, which is the subjects like language arts and typing and their silent reading, the things that they're doing on their own or that need my one-on-one attention. We'll be doing those things during that time. And then when they get through all of those things, they will have free time to do whatever they want until we come back together at 3 o'clock for our snack time and our table time, where we do our read aloud and listen to the Same Page podcast. Each day for us is a little bit different because we have a wild and free nature group that we do every Monday afternoon. And so we have to try to plan to cram a little bit more of our schoolwork in the morning to make sure we've got time to go outside and spend that time with our friends, learning about some aspect of nature. So we do our nature study on Monday afternoons with our wild and free nature group. And then Friday mornings, we have co-op that goes all morning until after lunch. And so Friday is also a little bit different of a day. On the way home from co-op, that's our great day to go to the library and check out new books for the coming week's morning basket, and then letting them pick if they need a new chapter book for them to read or just things that they're interested in. This year we're going to do a swim and gym homeschool program that our kids get to do once a week for a couple of hours. They've got an hour of swim time and an hour of gym time with other homeschool kids. So then after we finish our station time, the kids will have free time again to do whatever they want until about 4:30. At 4:30, it's generally time for them to do their cleanup in the afternoon to get all their toys picked up and their rooms picked up and all of their loose pages and crayons and whatever exploded all over the house, to put all of that back away. And then a couple days a week, they're allowed to watch a show or play video games while I work on dinner, or they can do reading or go play outside or play with their dad if he's home from work already. And then it's just free time for the rest of the day until we have dinner, and then off to bed at 7:30 or 8, depending on the kid. And that is what our day looks like. When you're ready to start planning your homeschool year, make sure you pray through your plan and see if the Lord will show you what's going to work for your family. And also, don't feel bad if you get all of this schedule lined up and then a week into it, 2 months into it, whatever, it seems to not be working for you. Give yourself permission to make changes and modifications as you go, and be flexible. Your kids are going to learn better that way. If you are enjoying your life together and your day together as a family, it's going to spill over into enjoyment for your kids. If you are stressed out,
I'm tired of it. I can't stand it any longer. Do you hear me? I can't stand it.
Then that's going to spill over into your kids as well, and they're going to be stressed out and they're going to hate school and they're going to hate learning. If you're stressed and overwhelmed, then something needs to change. This is something that we've developed over the last 5 years and kind of learning how things work for us. This is not a strict schedule. It's just kind of how our day flows and what works for us. So you as a family are going to have something probably that's very different than this. I hope that this video might give you a few ideas of how to lighten things up and make things a little bit more simple in your homeschool, and trying to do things more together as a family so you don't have so much planning and prep time to do. So I hope this is helpful for you. If it has been, please give me a thumbs up, share this with anyone else that you might think it might be helpful for, and consider subscribing to my channel so that you can get more tips and tricks about homeschooling and just some ideas and things that work for us. Hopefully they'll work for you too. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you have a really great day. Bye.